Marla!
Yeah, because I always
Yeah.
paintings and go, oh my god, yeah, this is serious. Yes. Okay, that's different from what I'm used to
This is the Patsy
seeing.
shit I do.
But I think I have seen that.
That's not down there. We all like to believe we live in a really cool place. Really cool and, avant-garde women all out here. It'd be really great if we had someone that would display stuff that was really edgy and really different.
Across the country, and I try to, at every stop, I try to gather popular educators and artists. So all of you artists in this room, can you find your creative force in women's history, either from nature or nurture? Can you trace that through, or are you on your own?
The place that the bake shop has had as Tofino has become this environmental hotspot over a period of time, and now this place that so many people love to come to because of the peace and serenity that the surroundings give to them, the healing qualities that this environment has. For all those reasons that people come to Tofino, and the place that the bake shop has had in those people's lives as they've come through. And I guess I identify cinnamon buns as being if there was a connection between my art and the education that goes out, the environmental education that goes out, it would be the connection of the cinnamon buns to the peace camp. And the peace camp was created here in 1993, which was the year major blockades, the largest incidents of civil disobedience in Canadian history. And then the constant educational information that continued to be given out at the front counter to everybody who walked in the door.
When we are looking at things, we are instantly interpreting it in a way that we can, in some form, give to the people who don't see that way. That brings meaning to the experience of life. The difference in the creativity, but the bottom line is getting the recognition. When people don't see the process that's gone into how you created this thing, they're just seeing something and it looks effortless, and they just think, oh, that was great. Definitely, they've got a little bit of reality. Women in the arts, it's a harder journey for us. One, because I think in some ways we're still perceived as not being as serious about it as a guy is. Like when a guy does what you do, it's more serious.
He makes money.
Yeah, he makes money. He gets the prominent thing. And okay, I gave birth to 2 boys, and God hope they make it in the world and all that stuff. But my journey is 100 times harder than what my son is going to go through.
Wow.
It's just to get the notice in galleries, to get the same kind of money that guys make. And I don't know, I may be wrong on this, but I think the vast majority of critics are male, which has a hell of a lot to do with it. And I think that's also another reason that we don't see a lot of women artists start to make it until they're much older, because they have done the nurturing of the children, and then it gets to the point where the kids are old enough and probably a lot more self-reliant, where they go, okay, that's the end of that, I am now going into this. But because they've delayed the process for so long, they don't get the prominence until they're much older. I think that's a really big reason that we see a lot more women artists that are older than we do in the men. Men tend to be younger and get the recognition.
I grew up in a family where music was part of our family life. We sang together. My mother had a really good ear, which I feel I've inherited from her, and I'm so grateful. And my father read to us, and as soon as we could read, he got us into appreciating literature. And my father loved classical music. My mom didn't, but so he gave me a taste for that kind of music. And my mother played the piano, it's not really a choice in a way. It's your calling, and that's what's the. And I started dancing it, and soon enough I was hooked because it allowed me to express things in dancing that are not always allowed. In other types of dance, like flamenco is not about being pretty and prim and proper. It's about expressing your anger, your sadness, your passion, your fire. And if you do it without this inner fire, just called duende in Spanish, then it's not really for me. And so it gave me that way of expressing myself, and I taught a little bit of flamenco as well, and to turn them on to being able to do that as a way of expressing yourself in your body, that it's okay to be angry and to be whatever you need to express, and fire and passion, and where everything is allowed, all emotions. And it's a very emotional thing, so it's very feminine in that way, but it's all the emotions are allowed to be expressed. Viva el flamenco!
The sense of places and how artful places teach. I feel like that's what I'm going to take away as the theme from Tokyo system.
Nice trip, my friend.
Thank you.
I had that.
Say again?
Fabulous.
And we get to have 4 days going back.
Okay, I
No
got
work to do.
presents for everybody.
Good.
Presents? Oh my god, presents.
Choose
Get us another piece of
Yes.
fantastic.
It's fun.
Oh,
It's fun.
oh.